Hello, I'm Will, this is Mike, we're the Tabletop Donkeys.
Hello.
And welcome back once again to Warhammer 40k Conquest, where we have a look at the magazine and then play the game. As you can see with this issue, we got an Alchomite Stack, another piece of terrain. As always, if you want to skip straight ahead to the battle report, you can do so. There is a timecode in the description below. But having a look inside the issue, we've got some information about orcs, the foul beasts that plague the Imperium and have done for thousands of years, who enjoy fighting. There's the orc clans here, the Goths, Bad Moons, Death Spells, Evil Sons, Blood Axes and Snakebites, who are... Then we've actually got a showcase of orc miniatures here, so that's a stomper there, and then there's various other things here, different kinds of vehicles and orc warriors. Then we have the Imperial Fist successor chapters, there's a selection of them here, and then there's the more famous ones on this side, the Crimson Fists and the Black Templars. And then Chaos Rising Part 2, which is Chaos influence on the Imperium, M40 to M41 here, more recently in the timeline. Then how to build the Alchomite stack that we've got, and it goes together fairly straightforwardly. There's only a single page of instructions.
You can build it in several different ways, but I followed the way it told you in the magazine because that's also so it fits on the pre-printed terrain.
And then how to paint it, which like all the previous terrain is starting with silver and then washing it and dry brushing it. But in this case they actually tell you to paint the sort of large panels on the outside in blue, which adds a little bit of colour to them. And as usual you've gone for Balthazar gold rather than Retributor armour on the gold sections. So that's all much the same as we've come to expect for all of this. And then we will be on to our game for this issue.
So before we head into our mission for this issue, we need to learn about our new Alchomite Stack. It's just here, you've got telling you where to put them, so you just put it over the printed terrain on the board, and then the hatch and the actual pipe structure itself. And over on the next page we've got a little map showing you where this main facility is, where these are located, where it is in Kalon, sorry. And here you can see the actual rules for the Alchomite Stack. Vehicles get cover if they are more than 50% obscured by the Alchomite Stack. Infantry, however, do not gain any cover at all from the Alchomite Stack. And now we can head into our mission. The Death Guard are trying to use the Alchomite facilities, the Alchomite Stacks, to spread disease into the atmosphere of Korvon II, and the Space Marines are trying to stop them, as we see in our mission, Septic Sabotage. We've got our deployment zones here, so you see the Space Marines have a 6-inch deployment zone on the left-hand side of the battlefield, while the Death Guard have a 9-inch oval around the Alchomite pipes. You see it because there's that sticky out bit that sticks out a bit. The Death Guard player deploys the first unit, and then we alternate deploying until they're done, and the Space Marine player gets to go first. Well, the first player to eliminate an enemy unit gets a victory point, so it's victory point for first blood, a victory point for killing the enemy warlord. And then it says here, the Space Marines get 2 victory points if the Alchomite pipes are destroyed, and the Death Guard player gets 2 victory points if they aren't destroyed. And again, lots of 5 rounds. How do we destroy the Alchomite pipes? Well, Space Marine units can sabotage the pipes if they get within 3 inches of them at the end of their turn. Each unit can sabotage once per game, and you keep track of them. And then at the end of the game, the Space Marine player rolls a d6, and you add the number of sabotages to the result, and on a 7+, the pipes are destroyed. And before we get into the army overviews and deployments, you can see we've got 3 command points each. I just mentioned here there's a bit of a typo. It says units of 5 Plague Marines. We're going to go with 2, as you'll see in the army overview now. So here's our Space Marine army for this mission. That's very similar to the one we had last mission. So we got the Captain in Gravis armour, the Primaris Librarian, 5 Scouts, 5 Intercessors this time, 3 Aggressors and 5 Reavers. The Gravis Captain will be my Warlord, and he'll have the Champion of Humanity trait again, because we've got a Lord of Contagions to deal with this time. And the Librarian Psychic powers, I'll give him Might of Heroes and Psychic Fortress. And here's our Death Guard army. So in the front we've got Lord Felthius, the Malignant Plague Caster. There are 2 units of 5 Plague Marines, so each one has a Blight Launcher and a Champion with a Plasma Gun and a Power Fist. There's a unit of 12 Poxwalkers and a unit of 10 Cultists.
My Warlord will obviously be Lord Felthius, and Tainted Regeneration didn't work last time, so we're going to go back to a good old Revoltingly Resilient.
So 4+, Disgustingly Resilient.
Yep. And Psychic powers on my Malignant Plaguecaster will be Miasma of Pestilence and Gift of Contagion, which we haven't seen before, so hopefully that will do something.
So here you can see we've got the Death Guard deployment zone marked out with these dice, a sort of rough oval shape, and you can see we've got the Alchomite Stack. This is the one that actually came with the magazine, so it's different from the one we were using before. And obviously the Space Marines deploy over on this side. 6 inches onto the board. And the Death Guard deploy the first unit.
Yeah, well, it doesn't say I can't, so I can take Lord Felthius and put him in the teleportarium.
Okay, so my first deployment will be the Intercessor Squad behind this pipe.
And then my first actual deployment on board will be the Poxwalkers. They're going to just go there like that.
So I just realised the Intercessors were too far forward, so I push them back a bit. But my second deployment will be the Aggressors, down here.
My next deployment will be the Cultists, and they're going to go right at the back of the board, mainly to keep them out of fire range, so you can't have an easy first blood.
My third deployment will be the Reavers, so they're sort of slotting in sergeants in line with the other squads, and the others have to go behind.
And I've put down here 5 Plague Marines there, just behind the Poxwalkers.
My fourth deployment will be the Librarian, just behind the Intercessors.
Then I've placed my Malignant Bladecaster here, behind the Poxwalkers as well.
And I'll deploy the Gravis Captain here, behind the Aggressors.
Then my final deployment will be the other squad of 5 Plague Marines, and they're going to go there, pretty much mirroring the other squad on the other side.
And for my last deployment, I'll deploy the Scouts in the ruin area terrain, so that they're within 2 inches of the ammo boxes. And with deployment over, it'll be on to Space Marines turn 1. So first things first in my movement phase, the Intercessors are going to move up normally, Scouts are going to stay where they are, everyone else is going to advance. So the Aggressors get to move an extra 3, the Reavers an extra 4, the Captain an extra 2, and the Librarian an extra 6. So there everyone's finished their movement, the Aggressors have moved up the full 8, and the Reavers are slightly getting ahead, the 2 characters slotting in behind. So it'll be on to the Psychic phase. The Librarian will try to manifest Psychic Fortress on the Scouts, just in case they get smited. He got it with a 9. So Psychic Fortress is manifested, then it'll be on to the shooting phase. I'll start with the Intercessor squad. They are all in range of this Plague Marine squad over here, so they'll all shoot at them. So we have 5 shots hitting on 3s rolling 1s. That's 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. No wounds. Then the Scout squad is the only thing I've left to shoot. The 4 with bolt guns will shoot at the Poxwalkers, and then the Heavy Bolter will use Hellfire shells and he'll shoot at that Plague Marine squad. So I'll do the 4 bolt guns first. 3 shots hitting on 3s rolling 1s, they all hit. Wounding on 3s. 3 wounds.
3 disgusting resilience. Made 2, so 1 Poxwalker goes down. We'll take this one.
And then the Hellfire shells from the Heavy Bolter, so I'll spend a command point to do that. 1 shot hitting on 3 rolling 1s, it hit, so D3 mortal wounds. 3.
Disgusting resilience. Made 2 at the end again.
There we go, off to a good start.
So we'll lose this bolt off the end. Oops.
And that'll be the end of my turn entirely, because we're far too far away to charge. On to Death Guard, turn 1.
In my movement phase, the Poxwalkers have scurried forward a little bit. Gets the Malignant Pladecaster, allows him to move up. He's just in smite range of the Scouts, but just out of deny range of the Librarian.
Just about.
The Plague Marines have all moved up, so these ones over here, these 4 are in range of the Aggressors.
Yep.
And these ones are in range of a variety of targets as well. Cultists have also moved forward a little bit to get in range of the Scouts.
Yep.
And in my movement phase as well, I will play Cloud of Flies on the 4 Plague Marines over here, so you won't be able to shoot them.
What's the command point?
I'm not going to bring Lord Felthius in, so we'll be on to the Psychic phase.
Okay.
We'll start with Miasma of Pestilence on the other squad of Plague Marines that aren't clouded of flies.
That's the squad of 5.
So it'll be on a 6. Gets it with a 7.
Yep.
So they have that manifested. And then we'll try and do a smite, which will hit the Scouts if it goes off.
Yep.
5. Oh, and 11.
11. So that's a big smite.
It's a big smite, and you're not in range to deny it. So D6 mortal wounds. Oh, just 1. You know what? I won't use a command point on that, even though the chance, because I've got a lot of shooting to shoot the Scouts.
And so there's a 4+ chance to deny that mortal wound, which it does.
So it doesn't really.
Psychic Fortress actually did something.
So on to the shooting phase. The Cultists are only in range of the Scouts, so we'll do them first.
Okay.
We've got 6 shots with auto guns, hitting on 4s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. Nothing. We've got a squad of 4 Plague Marines over there next. They're going to shoot everything at the Aggressors.
Okay.
So we've got 2 shots from the Blight Launcher on 3s. Not re-rolling 1s, that's 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. It did.
They're not in cover, so it's a 5+ armour save, which I made.
Then we'll have the Plasma Gun, it won't supercharge. It hit. It did not wound. And then 2 bolt guns on 3s. 1 hit, wounding on a 5. Yeah, that did wound.
3+ armour save, which I made.
Okay. And then the second squad of Plague Marines, the Blight Launcher and the Plasma Gun in range of the Aggressors, so they'll shoot them. And we'll fire the bolt guns at the Scouts, I think. We'll do the Blight Launcher first. 2 shots on 3s. 1 hit, wounding on 3. It did.
5 plus armour save. Nope.
Nope. And just D3 damage, that's 2.
So the aggressor goes down, take the scar off the end.
Plasma gun, 1 shot on 3. Not supercharged, it missed. Now the bolt guns are just about within rapid fire range of the scouts. So, and then we've got 6 shots of bolt guns at the scouts on 3s, 3 hits, wounding on 4s, 2 wounds.
3 plus armour saves for the scouts. Made 1, failed 1, so the scout will die. I'll take away this guy here.
Well, that was the end of my turn because there's nothing else for me to do.
So it'll be on to Space Marines turn 2. So in my movement phase, the intercessors have moved up to be around the ammo boxes, scouts are going to stay where they are, and everyone is going to advance again. So the aggressors get to go an extra 2, the reavers an extra 4, the captain an extra 4, and the librarian an extra 6 again. He's really nippy today. So there I've finished my movement. We've all moved up into the area terrain, stopping on the edge, so we can get cover from shooting and be a bit harder for any poxwalkers to charge me. So be on to the psychic phase. So first things first, the librarian will try to manifest Psychic Fortress on the reavers. He needs a 5, gets it with an 8.
I'm not going to try and stop that.
Okay, and then he'll try to hit Manifest Smite, just for the sake of it, and it will hit the Poxwalkers if it does manifest. I got an 11 as well.
Oh, you got the big one. Well, I might as well try and go for the double 6. Yeah, double 1. No.
So that would be D6 mortal wounds to the Poxwalkers, or 2. I will reroll that. Try and clear out. Oh,
it's a trap. It's always a trap. And it ignored it.
Yeah. So Smite is equally ineffective for the Space Marines. On to the shooting phase. So I'll start with the intercessors. They're just going to shoot their guns into this squad of Plague Marines, even though it's got -1 to hit. We have got the ammo boxes. So you've got 5 shots hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. Reroll those 1s. 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. Nothing. And the scouts will also put all their shots into those Plague Marines. So we'll do the 3 bolt guns first. Hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. 1 hit. Wounding on 5. And they've got a wound.
Arm save. Made it.
And heavy bolter, also hitting on 4s, misses. And that'll be the end of my turn because no one's in range to charge, so it'll be on to Death Guard turn 2.
So this is my movement. The Poxwalkers have moved up there 4 inches, so they can make a charge if they need to. We've got 2 units of Plague Marines. This 5-man one's moved across, the other one's moved over a little bit over to that side.
So you can see the aggressors.
The cultists have moved up as well to get within rapid fire range. The Plague Casters just moved back a little bit, and Lord Felthius has come down at the end of the movement phase just there. So we'll be on to the psychic phase. We'll start the psychic phase. We're going to try and put Gift of Contagion on the reavers.
Okay.
So this goes off on a 7. It does with a 9.
I'll try and deny it. Okay, if you do Smite, I might be able to deny that as well. So I'll try and deny it, but I need a 10. No, not with a 3.
So I roll a d3 and then apply the effect depending on what I roll. I roll a 1, so that will be -1 attack for the reavers.
Oh.
So, might be useful. And then we'll just try and do Smite as well, which will also hit the reavers. So that's a 5. That got an 8.
Yep.
You've used your deny, so d3 mortal wounds, 2.
So 4 plus chance to deny. Denied 1. So Reaver takes a wound. Put it on that guy at the back.
We'll start our shooting phase with the 4 Plague Marines over here. They're going to shoot everything at the aggressors. So we've got Blight Launcher, 2 shots, 1 hit, wounds on a 3. Yes.
4 plus armor save because we're in cover. Made it.
We'll do the Plasma Gun next, and I am going to supercharge it.
Oh.
So 2 shots on 3s, they both hit.
Oh.
Wounding on 3s. That's a 2. I only use a command point. Reroll that, so rerolling into a 3. So that's 2 wounds.
5 plus armor saves. Made neither, so the aggressors go down. And that'll be first blood victory point for the Death Guard. White die as the Death Guard.
Cultists are in rapid fire range of the reavers, so we'll have 12 shots with the autoguns. 12 shots hitting on 4s. That's not great, it's only 4 hits.
4 hits.
Wounding on 5s. Nothing. Then we've got the remaining 5 Plague Marines, they'll shoot everything at the reavers as well. So the Blight Launcher gets 1 hit, wounds on 3. Nope. Plasma Gun not supercharged. 2 hits, wounding on 3s, 2 wounds.
5 plus armor saves. Made 1, failed 1, so the wounded Reaver goes down.
And then we've got 6 bolt gun shots left. 3s, all hit, wounding on 4s, 3 wounds.
2 plus armor saves. Made a bit.
So that'll be it for the shooting phase. In the charge phase, the Poxwalkers will charge the reavers.
Yeah, so we've got 4 pistol Overwatch shots because we're out of grenade range. 4 shots hitting on 6s, rerolling 1s, 1 hit, wounds on 3, it didn't wound.
Then they need a 7-inch charge. They got a 5. I'm going to use my last command point, reroll that 1. So I need a 3+. No.
You are.
So the Poxwalkers don't. I'm stuck there. But that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, so it's on to Space Marines turn 3. So there's my movement. Scouts are going to stay where they are, and everyone else is going to move up normally, even the intercessors. So in the Psychic phase, the Librarian will try to manifest Psychic Fortress on the Reavers. Needs a 5. Gets a Perils. I'll use my last command point to reroll. So he gets it with a 7.
Okay, I won't deny that.
Okay.
It goes off.
And then he'll try to manifest Might of Heroes on the Captain. Needs a 6. Or is it 5? Well, it's definitely not a 4.
Yeah.
So it doesn't manifest that. And then it'll be on to the shooting phase. So I'll start with the Scouts. They're going to shoot at the Cultists. So we've got 3 bolt gun shots hitting on 3s, rolling 1s. They'll hit, wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
6+ armour. Nope.
And the Heavy Bolter, 3 shots hitting on 3s, 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
There's another cultist. We'll take these 2 from the back.
So I'll do the Intercessors next. They're going to shoot at the Plague Marines, the squad of 5. Everyone except this man at the back is in rapid fire range, so we've got 9 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s. Turned into 8 hits. Wounding on 5s. Oh, it's 2.
2 armour saves at 4+. Failed 1. Disgustingly resilient. Can't hit.
And then the Reavers, 1 will throw a frag grenade at the Poxwalkers, and the other 3 will fire their pistols at the Cultists. So 3 pistols hitting on 3s, rolling 1s, they'll hit, wounding on 3s. So it's 1 dead Cultist,
Yeah.
7. And the frag grenade at the Poxwalkers, 2 potential hits, 1 hit. That didn't wound, got a 1. Now the Librarian will throw a frag grenade at the Poxwalkers as well. 5 potential hits, hitting on 3s, rolling 1s. 4 hits, wounding on 4s, 2 wounds.
Disgustingly resilient. Nope.
Hey!
So 2 Poxwalkers go down. I'll take those ones.
And finally the Captain, he'll shoot his Bolt Storm pistol gauntlet at the Cultists as well. So it's 3 shots hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. He'll hit, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
6+. Make 1. Another cultist goes down.
And it's on to the charge phase. Start with the Reavers, they will declare a charge on the Poxwalkers and the Cultists, I guess.
So 11 auto gun, auto pistol shots on 6s. Not a 1.
Charge distance for the Reavers is 6. So we finish our charge like that, didn't quite get enough to get the Cultists. I'll do the Librarian, he'll charge the Poxwalkers as well. His distance is a 6, that would be enough. So he'll come in like that. The Captain will also charge the Poxwalkers. Gets a 4, that's probably not going to be enough. So 4 is just enough to get the Captain an inch away from this Poxwalker.
Yeah, just within 5.
Just within 5 for there. So he'll go in like that and be an inch away, just under an inch away. And the Intercessors will charge the Poxwalkers as well.
Okay.
Just so we can get in there. They got an 8. Yeah. So they'll get to about here. So that's the end of the charge phase. So I'll start the fight phase with the Intercessors. So they get to move just 3 inches to be in contact with that Poxwalker. 11 attacks hitting on 3s, rolling 1s. And that rerolls into a miss. So that's 7 hits, 3s, 4 wounds.
That's 1 saved, so 3 Poxwalkers dead so far. I'll take these 3 from behind.
Yep. I'll do the Captain next, because otherwise he might be able to take some away so he's not in combat. So yeah, I'll use the sword. The Gauntlet would wound on 2s, but 2 damage guaranteed. Like for that instead. 5 attacks hitting on 2s, rolling 1s. They all hit. Wounding on 3s.
4 wounds.
So 4 wounds.
Yeah, 2 damage each. So first one, dead, 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 and dead. So I'll take these 2 here because the Intercessors have fought. I'll take that one and I'll take that one. There we are.
Do the Reavers next.
Okay.
9 attacks hitting on 3s, you're rolling 1s. Rolling 1. 6 hits. Wounding on 3s. 5 wounds.
2 Poxwalkers left. Oh, they made an. Oh no, there's 1 left. There is 1 left. We'll take this one here.
Yeah, and we'll consolidate a bit. And then the Librarian's going to try and finish off the last Poxwalker. He has 4 attacks hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s at least. They all hit. Wounding on 3s. It's 3 wounds, so that's 3d3 damage.
Right.
9.
I've got 2 dice in my hand. Yeah, he's dead. There we go.
And that'll be it, I think. So at the end of the Space Marine turn, the cultists have to take a morale test. They lost 4 models.
So d6 plus 4 is 9, and the champion's leadership is 6. So 3 more run. We'll lose the champion at this point, so we'll just leave those 3 there.
So that'll be end of Space Marines turn 3, on to Death Guard turn 3.
So here's my movement. 3 cultists have run back over there just to try and be a last line of defence in front of the Alchomite Stack. These 5 Plague Marines have just shifted around a bit. These ones over here have got, well, 3 who can see the captain are now the closest target to the captain. Lord Felthius has moved up, and the Plaguecaster's moved over there, so the captain will be closest for Smite.
Yep.
So we will move on to the Psychic phase. We'll try and do Smite first, so it'll hit the captain that goes off. It doesn't.
Phew.
3. So given that, we're going to try and cast Miasma of Pestilence on on Lord Felthius.
Okay.
And that does go off on a 6, yes, because it is on 6.
But no mortal wounds from your...
No, indeed.
I will try to deny, and I need to roll a 6, because I'm definitely within 12 now. I got a 7, so I denied it.
Okay. In the shooting phase, we'll start with these 4 Plague Marines over here. The 3 who can see the captain will shoot at him, which is these 3, and this bolt gunner over here cannot. We'll shoot at the intercessors, I think. So the Blight Launcher on 3s, nothing. Plasma Gun, we will supercharge it again. 2 hits again, wounding on 3s.
1 wound, so 4+ invulnerable save, which I failed, so captain's down to 4 wounds.
And then we've got 1 bolt gun at him. 1 hit, wounding on a 5. Nope. And then the other bolt gun at the intercessors gets 1 hit, wounds on a 4. So yes, it does, that's a wound.
3+ armor save, made it.
The Plaguecaster might as well throw a crack grenade at captain, because he is closest.
Yep.
On a 3, it hit, it wounds on a 3, it did.
4+ armor save, nope.
D3 damage, 2.
Captain's down to 2 wounds.
And then all these Plague Marines will shoot the intercessors.
Okay.
So we'll start with the Blight Launcher. It missed twice again. We'll supercharge the Plasma Gun again. No, we're not going to supercharge this Plasma Gun. Fortunately, it's terrible.
Missed, yeah.
1 crack grenade, hit, wounds on a 3, did.
4+ armor save. Oh, I made that one.
And then 4 bolt gun shots, 3 hits, wounding on 4s. Nothing.
And the cultists.
Mustn't forget the cultists and their 6 autogun shots. They also get the intercessors. These are the real stars. Well, 5 hits. They're already doing better. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound.
3+ armor save. No. Intercessor takes a wound. Be the guy at the back.
Well, in the charge phase, we'll do the important one first. Felthius will charge the captain.
Yep. I'll watch you with my pistol-y thingy. Hitting on 6s, we're rolling 1s. 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. So it's 1 wound.
Wounding 2+ armor. Yep. And his charge distance is an 11.
Yep.
So he'll go there, he'll go into base contact. The other Plague Marine, this Plague Marine squad over here, these 4 will charge the Librarian, and we'll charge the Reavers as well.
The Reavers are in grenade range, so we'll overwatch with a shot grenade, and 3 pistols, and the Librarian will overwatch with a crack grenade. So we'll do the Librarian's crack grenade first. It missed. Shot grenade is 1 shot. That missed. And 3 pistol shots. Ooh, there's 1 hit in there. On 5 wounds. Nope.
And they roll a 6, so they finish their charge like that. And this final Plague Marine squad will charge the intercessors.
Okay, so again we'll have 1 crack grenade and 4 bolt rifle shots. So crack grenade misses, 8 bolt rifles, gets 2 hits, wounding on 5s. Oh, we got a wound.
4+ armor. Nope. Disgustingly resilient. Yes.
No, of course. They're in.
They're in with an 11. And that'll be that. The Psycho is not going to go in. We'll do this big squad of 5 Plague Marines first, on the intercessors. We'll start with the knives, because there's a guy on 1 wound. So 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. 5 hits, so 4 hits and Death of the False Emperor. No. So only 4. Wounding on 4s, rerolling 1s. It's 2 wounds.
3+ armor save, made both.
Then the Power Fist on 4s, nothing. I'll consolidate a bit just to jam you in, and he'll get into contact with that Reaver.
Okay.
We'll do the other Plague Marine squad next. They'll pile in. And like that, we'll put all our attacks on the Librarian. So we'll start with the Power Fist. Gets 1 hit, wounds on a 2. Nope. And 3 knives. Or 1 hit, wounds on a 4. And we did wound.
3+ armor save. Nope. Librarian goes down to 4 wounds. And then Felthius.
And then Felthius has 4. Can he do something? 4 attacks on 2s.
3 hits. And the death of the Silver Templar. So 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s. That's 3 wounds.
3, 4 plus armor saves. Made them all.
Well, that didn't go so well.
Yeah, that was some really good luck on my part. So yeah, I'll start with the captain. He'll attack Felthius. I'll use the Boltstorm Gauntlet, and I have Champion of Humanity, so that counteracts the -1 to hit.
Yes.
So it's 5 attacks hitting on 2s, you're rolling 1s. Well, good job we can re-roll 1s, because that was awful. That's better. And it's wounding on 2s, because it's Strength 8 versus Toughness 5, but +1 for Champion of Humanity. 4 wounds.
4 plus invulnerable save. Made 2, failed 2.
D3 damage each. 4.
And I got 4 plus Disgustingly Resilient, so Revoltingly Resilient, which I failed all
Oh
of.
no!
So Felthius goes down to 2.
Then I'll do the Librarian next. He'll attack the Plague Marines. He has 4 attacks hitting on 3s, you're rolling 1s. 3 hits. Wounding on 5s though. No wounds. Next is the Reavers. No, actually I'll do the Intercessors first.
Okay.
They'll put all their attacks on the squad that charged them. 11 attacks hitting on 3s, you're rolling 1s. You're rolling that 1. 8 hits. Wounding on 5s. Come on boys, 2 wounds.
3 plus armour. Made both.
And the Reavers, I guess we'll attack that squad of 4. So that'll be 13 attacks for the Reavers. Hitting on 3s, you're rolling 1s. Rolling 1s. Ugh. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds again.
3 plus. Made both.
Yeah, so it's ineffectual combat. It's the end of Death Guard turn 3, on to Space Marines turn 4. Yeah, we're not going to do any movement, I think, because we're better off staying in melee because we've got more attacks. So everyone's going to stay where they are, including the scouts. And then it'll be on to the psychic phase straight away. So the Librarian, first off, I will try to manifest Might of Heroes. No, my heroes. I'll try to manifest Smite, so it'll hit the Plague Marine squad he's fighting. Needs a 5, gets it with a 7.
I will try and deny this. No, that's a 7.
Yeah, so you rolled equal, so it's not enough. D3 mortal wounds to the Plague Marines, big roll, 3.
Disgustingly Resilient. Now it's deserted me.
There we go.
Leave the Power Fist alive.
And then he will try to manifest Might of Heroes on the Captain. Needs a 5. Sorry, needs a 6, but he got it with an 8. And he's still engaged with this squad though. He's still engaged with the 1 man left. It'll be on to the shooting phase. Yeah, so I'll do the Captain. He'll fire his Boltstorm Gauntlet at Felthius. Hitting on 3s, you're rolling 1s. Yep, hitting on 2s, you're rolling 1s, sorry. And winning on 5s, 2 wounds.
2 plus. That's a 1.
Oh.
4 plus. Nope.
Yeah, that's good. It's another wound
Down
gone.
to 1.
Librarian will fire his pistol at the Plague Marine. Hitting on 3 rolling 1s. Come on. Right, the gun isn't loaded with blanks. Winning on a 5. Oh, no. Then the Reavers will put all of their shooting into the 1 man. Fire 4 shots hitting on 3s. They will hit. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds.
4 plus armour. Made both.
Oh. And the Intercessors will put their shooting into the squad they're engaged with. So it's 5 pistol shots hitting on 3s. 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds.
These are 3 plus. Made one failed 1. Disgustingly Resilient. Kills 1. We'll take away the bolt one who's furthest from the objective.
Yep. Yeah, these scouts will not shoot at the cultists in case I want something to charge. And with that over, it'll be on to the fight phase. So I'm going to pick the Captain first, because it's the important one. He has 6 attacks now with Might of Heroes. 6 attacks hitting on 2s, you're rolling 1s. Rolling that 1 into a hit. And wounding on 2s, because he's actually strength 10.
Yeah.
But he gets +1 to wound. They all wounded.
Let's see, 6 4 pluses. Nope, that's 43 damage, and then I have to make
4d3 damage. 6, 8, 9. And you need to make all of them.
no problem. Yeah, he's dead.
And that'll be a victory point for Slay the Warlord. And then the Captain can consolidate.
Yeah. That's...
Next I'll do the Librarian. He'll put all of his attacks onto the 1 Plague Marine that he's engaged with. 4 attacks hitting on 3s. 3 rolling 1s. 3 hits. Can we get a wound? Yes.
6 plus. Nope.
D3 damage. 3.
Yeah, he goes down.
Whee. And the Librarian will also consolidate 3 inches. Sorry, you should have got a pick first.
I should.
Yes, so would you like to fight with that?
Yeah, I will actually have fought with him because I would have picked him because he would I knew that was likely to happen. 2 attacks on 4s on the Librarian, 1 hit, wounding on another 1.
Ah, so
it's fine. All's well.
Yeah, so Librarian wouldn't have taken 8 wounds, then he killed that Plague Marine.
Yeah.
So now my next pick will be the Reavers. We'll pile in 13 attacks on those Plague Marines. 13 attacks, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Rerolling the 1, it's a hit. 9 hits. Wounding on 5s. There's only 2 wounds.
3 plus armour. Make both.
Yeah, so it's your pick next.
Yeah, well obviously I'll do these. Go for the Intercessors again, I think. So we'll do the knives again. Intercessors.
1
a hit. Wounding on a 4. Did.
3 plus.
Oh.
Nope. So wounded Intercessor goes down.
And then the Power Fist on 4s. Got 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. So a 2.
6
but yes.
plus. Made it.
Oh, you made it. Okay.
And then the Intercessors get to go. We'll pile in 9 attacks hitting on 3s, rolling 1s. That's 8 hits. Wounding on 5s. 4 wounds.
Could theoretically kill them off. I've only failed 1 armour though.
Yeah.
And he lives.
So that'll be the end of Space Marines turn 4. On to Death Guard turn 4.
So this is my movement. The Plague Marines are going to stay in melee because it's holding these 2 units up. And then the Cultists have moved up to get in the face of the characters, because basically I have to kill these characters or they'll be able to get to the objective. So we'll be on to the Psychic phase. We'll try and do Smite first, because if I kill the Captain, that's good. If not, I'll have to rethink it. So we'll get an 11.
Well, I'll have to try and deny it.
No.
No, not a 9.
So the Captain takes he takes 1 anyway, because I got
he's dead.
+7, so yeah, he's
The
dead.
Captain will die, because he takes 1 from the damage, mortal wound from his aura, because after the power finishes manifesting, so you do have to roll it.
Yeah.
So you roll 2, so
Yes.
the Captain will die, and then the Librarian will take a roll.
That's true, yes. His and then I will try and cast...
And you also get a victory point for Slave Wall.
I do, yeah, that's true. We'll try Miasma of Pestilence on the... so the Plague Marines, I'll go for them. So that goes up on a 6. Oh, 12. That's a peril, so I can't re-roll
The
it.
Librarian takes another mortal
He
wound.
does, and the Plaguecaster takes 1, which he ignores on a 5. No, he doesn't.
So the Plaguecaster's down to 3, and the Librarian's down to 2.
Yeah, so we'll be on to the shooting phase. We'll start with the Crack Grenade from the Psyker into the Librarian.
Yep.
Hitting on a 3. Nope. The 6 autoguns from the Cultists into the Librarian on 4s. 1 hit. Wounds on a 5. We did.
3 plus. Made it.
Made it. So that's all my shooting, because the Plague Marines in melee. So in the charge phase, we'll charge the Cultists into the Librarian first.
Okay, he'll overwatch with a frag grenade, I guess. D6 shots. 1. Hits on a 6. Nope.
They're in.
Yeah, definitely in.
Less than 2 inches, staying an inch away from the Reavers. And then the Plaguecaster will go in as well. Well, he's in as well.
Yeah.
And I'll do the Plaguecaster first. 3 attacks on 3s. That's 2 hits, but 2 Death of the False Emperors, which gets me another hit. Winning on 3s because he's strength 6. And rerolling 1s because it is a Plague Staff thing, but no, that's 2 wounds.
So is it 4 plus? No, he's dead.
D3 damage. Yeah, 2, so that's it.
Librarian dies.
I guess we will consolidate into the Reavers because he's on 3 wounds. I'll pick the Cultists next, but they're not going to do anything because I don't want to get them into the Reavers. So then it is my pick of non-chargers, so the Plague Marines. We'll put the 2 who can on the Reavers, so that's the Power Fist and the Knife, and these 2 knives have to go on the Intercessors. So the Power Fist on the Reavers gets 1 hit, it wounds on a 2. It did.
6 plus. Nope.
And it kills 1.
Yeah, so it's got the back.
And then the Knife on the Reavers misses, and the 2 knives on the Intercessors get 1 hit by Death of the False Emperor, gets a 2nd hit. 1 wound, no, rerolling 1s, 2 wounds on the Intercessors.
3 plus. Everyone failed 1.
Takes a wound.
The Reavers will put all their attacks on the Plague Marines. 10 attacks hitting on 3s. 8 hits. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds again, they're very consistent. Not consistently average.
Armor saves, double 2, and 1 of 3. So that's 2 dead. We'll take these 2 bolt guns away, I think.
Okay. So we just rolled after those attacks, the 2 Plague Marines died. We just remembered Miasma of Pestilence was on the Plague Marines, and we look back at the clip, and only one of those 8 hits was a 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to split the 8 into 2 groups of 4. So on a 1 to 3, it's in the first group.
Yeah, so this is the 3,
Yeah.
which...
So it wasn't. So the 3 was not one of the hits that wounded.
Yes.
So 2 Plague Marines did die.
Yeah.
On to the Intercessors. This guy was not in base contact. So they're going to pile in a round. So the Intercessors have 9 attacks. hitting on 4s, we'll remember it this time. So that's only 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds.
2, 3 plus armor saves made those.
There you go then. So that's the end of Death Guard turn 4. On to Space Marines turn 4. Turn 5, sorry. Turn 5. So movement's very simple. The Intercessors are going to move to get within 3 inches of the objective at last. The Reavers are going to have to stay where they are. And the Scouts might as well stay there as well, because they definitely can't be a factor. And it's on to the shooting phase. I'll do the Scouts first. We'll shoot at the Cultists. So you've got 3 bolt gun shots hitting on 3s. You're rolling 1s. Nope. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
Killed one.
And then the Heavy Bolter gets 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. 2 dead Cultists. So Cultists go down. Now the Intercessors don't have anyone to shoot. The Reavers will put their pistols into the Plague Marines. 3 shots hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound.
It's minus 1 AP, so I failed that save because of that, and it killed one. So we will lose the Blight Launcher because it would mean the champion's out of combat.
Be on to the fight phase. So we'll put all our attacks onto the Malignant Plague Caster. 10 attacks hitting on 3s. 5 hits, wounding on 5s. 3 wounds.
Armor saves. We made them all.
Yeah. So that's it. He gets to hit back.
He does. He has 3 attacks on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
4 plus armor saves. Made neither, so it's
it's D3 damage and D3 damage, so 1 dies and 1 takes a wound.
Yep. So that guy will die. 1 will take a wound. And at the end of the turn, the Intercessors will sabotage the thing. So yay, we sabotage it once. But that will be the end of Space Marines turn 5.
There's no point in me playing out my turn because the Space Marines have sabotaged the thing once and the Reavers can't get closer to sabotage it again, so whatever I do in my turn will not affect the result.
Yeah. At the end of the game, we have to roll a dice, so I roll a d6 and add 1, and if I get a 7, I get 2 victory points for destroying the Alchomite Stack. So on a 6... No. So that's a 4, so that would be 2 victory points for the Death Guard. So end of the game, 4 victory points to 1 for a Death Guard victory. So we'll recap that for you now. So that was the mission for issue 55 of Warhammer 40k Conquest. How did you think that went?
I don't know. It's difficult to answer because, well, obviously I won, but I didn't really feel like a victory. I had 2 models left. It's another one that seems to be very difficult for the Space Marines to win because really, to have a decent chance of winning, you've got to have at least maybe 3 units get to the stack.
It's just a sheer distance you have to cover again.
Yeah, it's another one of the Space Marines have to charge across the whole board. And Death Guard just basically have to stop them somewhere. Those are hard because the Death Guard are really hard to get rid of. So you just put a big speed bump in front of the thing you have to get to. Well, I mean, I guess it worked. I guess I would say my tactic worked in the end because although you did get 1 unit to the thing, you didn't manage to roll a 6.
Well, I will just say that I don't really like that kind of objective where... I mean, if I had rolled a 6, I don't think that would have been particularly fair because you by the objectives of the game, you did a much better job than I did.
Yeah,
and you'd just be robbed of victory right at the end. So I'm not really a fan of this...
Whereas on the other hand, if you'd managed to get 4 units there and then I rolled like a 1 or a 2, then you would have felt rather robbed, I think.
So it's just I'm not really a fan of that.
No, I agree with you. I don't think it's good.
If it was like a set in stone, once a certain number of Space Marine units get in, I think that would be...
Well, even if 1 got there, because you did get 1 there.
Yeah.
But if a few things had gone differently, quite conceivable you wouldn't have got a unit there.
Yeah. I mean, in turn 3, I think, I took all my units to kill off the Poxwalkers. So I thought turn 3 you had basically a full round of shooting with 2 basically full squads of Plague Marines and
then a charge with said Plague Marines and Lord Felthius, But you
didn't manage to do very much at all.
Yeah, they completely bounced off. If my Poxwalkers made that charge on the Reavers, which they failed to do even with a reroll, you would have had a big unit of Poxwalkers in the middle of the board that you would have had to go around or get rid of, and it would have meant you were turned behind with your charging. And then Lord Felthius was completely useless. He failed to kill the captain despite charging, and then he failed almost all of his disgusting resilient rolls, even though they were supposed to be on a 4+.
And the Champion of Humanity really paid off this time.
Oh, it did, especially when you combine with Might of Heroes. So there were several things that could have gone differently that would have meant you might not have a unit there at all. And then equally, as if I hadn't made all my disgusting resilient rolls in the first few turns, you might have been able to get more units there. It's quite finely balanced, really, I guess.
Well, I think I did make some fairly key mistakes. I think one was... I did want to try and kill off one of your units of Plague Marines early on before you could use Cloud of Flies, or at least try and get rid of the Blight Launcher. That's why I used Hellfire Shells and the Intercessors. That didn't work out. We didn't see your stratagems this much. We did actually see them quite a lot in the previous mission with Typhus, where we forgot to talk about them. But Cloud of Flies is very annoying. If you have Cloud of Flies on one unit and Miasma of Pestilence on the other of your Plague Marines, it covers them pretty well.
Yeah, it does. It's generally pretty good.
And in hindsight, I probably should have shot at the cultists to try and get first blood for that extra victory point.
Yeah, because you only need to kill about half of them and then the rest might run away anyway.
And they're much easier to kill than Plague Marines.
Yeah. Although, likewise, I tried to go for first blood with the scouts, and I got the big smite off, d6 damage. I still wonder if I should have re-rolled that to try and... When you had Psychic Fortress on them, to be fair, even if I'd rolled a 6, you still
on average,
have killed
2 of them would have survived.
Yeah. My intention was to smite them and then supplement it with shooting and get first blood early on.
Yeah, I mean, I was debating whether to actually put the scouts out in front, because they would have just got shot to bits. I could have deployed them maybe slightly further back, but then they probably wouldn't have had much effect on the battle.
No.
My other big mistake was not moving the scouts in my turn 4. Yeah, I was planning to use them to shoot the cultists, but then if I'd managed to kill off all the Plague Marines, I might have been able to charge the cultists, so that would have got me closer to the objective. And I should have moved the scouts anyway, because if they'd advanced twice, they might have been able to reach the objective.
Yeah, I mean, even if you charged them in, they probably still wouldn't have that many attacks, but it would have got them closer.
Yeah, it would have been more attacks and more bolt pistols, technically.
And I guess I would be unlikely to actually attack them in melee because they're not that scary.
And the aggressors did nothing at all, except get shot at.
No, but that's the lot of an aggressor, really, isn't it?
Yeah, on this big board.
Yeah, we've spoken about that before, that the aggressors on this size of board, they're lucky to get in range. I was definitely not going to let them flame my Poxwalkers.
Yeah.
So I'd made sure I killed them off before the Poxwalkers got too close.
And I mean, given the choice, I would have swapped them for the Hellblasters.
Yeah, definitely. If you'd had Hellblasters in this mission, you would have been able to pick Plague Marines off at range. I think my Plague caster did fairly well. I think.
Yeah.
I guess actually Gift of Contagion did achieve something, because with those extra attacks, the Reavers might well have killed off all the Poxwalkers.
Yeah, possibly.
But that's one of those psychic powers that, it is quite nice. I was actually thinking I would cast it on the aggressors if they got closer, because if the aggressors have -1 toughness, -1 strength, or -1 attack, all of those things reduce their effectiveness quite significantly. But when it comes down to it, I have 2 psychic powers to cast, and once you get in close and it really starts to get down to it, I want to be casting Miasma of Pestilence and Smite. So it's just the second psychic power that I can take that may or may not get cast.
And the Alchomite Stack, well, I mean, it has rules that are totally relevant in this mission because there's no vehicles involved. And even with the vehicles, I mean, since nearly all of the games we've played on this board we've been starting on the short edges, and just the way the Alchomite Stack is, where it is, it's just probably never going to come up. I mean, I guess it's nice to have something vehicles can actually hide behind, and the Dreadnought can hide behind it at least. And it would have been really handy in that mission where I had to get across a bridge. It would have been handy to have cover then.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, it was in the way then.
It is a nice terrain piece. There's lots of little details and things. You can really go to town with all the wires and the mechanical symbols and all the different canisters and pipes and things and little dials. It does fit with the hemotrope reactor and the relays and the plasma conduits. Like all the pipes and stuff are the same size, so you could in theory glue all of them together into one huge single terrain piece.
Yeah.
But I mean, I doubt his rules are going to come up very much, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, so I don't think there's too much more to say about this mission. So if you like this content, please leave a like and subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell us, have you been getting on, if you've been playing these missions as well, and what you thought of the scenario. We've been the Tabletop Donkeys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Goodbye.